I'm Tom Yamas. We thank you so much for watching. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at Matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
All but one candidate making it on a 2026 primary election ballot. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with Why coming up. AI is changing how governments, businesses, and schools operate, and Guam's leaders say the island needs a plan to adapt. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with the AI Task Force's latest discussion coming up.
Some students at the home of the Bulldogs were able to look through the eyes of a reporter. I'm Don Sulet, and coming up tonight, we give you a closer look at our career day at Okkodo High School.
Good Friday evening to you and your family, everybody. We are KUAM, half a day from our broadcast studio in Harmon. I'm Jason Salas, and these are tonight's top stories. Well, it seems the 2026 primary election ballot has taken shape following official ratification and a public drawing Thursday night, as nearly all candidates have made it onto the ballot, with the exception of gubernatorial independent candidates Jeff Pleadwell and Charlie Hermosa. It's tonight's top story with Mitsuki Hirayama.
Number 1.
The Guam Election Commission Board ratified 44 candidates for the primary election ballot and held an exciting public ballot placement drawing Thursday night. But for one team vying for a seat in Adelup, the evening fell short of their expectations.
We presumed that everything was fine, and then we were notified, I think the following day, that we didn't qualify because over 400 of our signers signed petitions that said Jeff instead of Jeffrey.
It was never the intent to be written else when the petition was being transpired.
I've owned Pirates Cove 47 years. I've gone by Jeff. I'm known by Jeff. Jeffrey, hardly anybody calls me. Maybe my girlfriend when she's mad at me, but other than that, I go by Jeff.
GEC Board Chairman Jerry Crisostomo says the board will review their concerns during a separate special meeting. He acknowledges that while the commission received correspondence from the duo prior to the meeting, they were unable to add it to this meeting's agenda during the certification process due to the open government law.
Because the request for commission review was not timely available for placement as an action item on this agenda today, the commission will schedule a special meeting to address your request.
Meantime, for the other candidates, the night was a major step forward to the 2026 primaries, which are nearly all contested races. The certified candidates include 2 Republican teams and 3 Democratic teams in the gubernatorial race, plus 2 Republicans and 1 Democrat for Congress, and 36 senatorial candidates evenly split down the aisle. For the full list of candidates and the ballot placement, just visit this story on KUAM.com. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
To technology now, the push to prepare Guam for the rise in artificial intelligence is gaining momentum, and this week, AI Task Force members discussed everything from cyber defense to AI literacy as they work collaboratively to develop long-term policy recommendations for the island. Nevaeh Anderson explains in this next story.
The Artificial Intelligence Task Force is moving ahead with efforts to build what members call a responsible and practical AI framework for Guam before the task force sunsets in 2 years. Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenorio attended this week's meeting, saying Guam must take the lead in how AI is integrated across the region. He added the island needs to draw from local expertise in both the public and private sectors as technology rapidly evolves, adding that collaboration is central to charting Guam's path forward. Task Force Chair Senator Tello Taidagui thanked members for staying committed, even when AI advances faster than policy can keep up.
Nevertheless, your full engagement in this important work will ensure we build a thoughtful, responsible, and forward-looking path for our island.
Subcommittees then updated members on their progress. Beatrice Santos, acting director of the Office of Technology, said her Cybersecurity and Data Privacy Subcommittee discussed the recent zero-day cyber threat targeting cPanel-hosted websites, including some used by the government of Guam.
We have to start using defensive AI-driven vulnerability discovery and remediation tools. We can no longer do static responses because we have about a 24-hour window to try to respond to zero-day threats.
Meanwhile, Guam Homeland Security Advisor Esther Agigi said her subcommittee on U.S. and international AI policies, guidelines, and infrastructure is working to align Guam's AI policies with federal frameworks.
Guam must watch two lanes at one time. We have to watch the U.S. federal directives and Indo-PACOM multilateral frameworks that require simultaneous compliance.
Other subcommittees focused on how AI could be responsibly used in government services. Discussions included workflow automation, customer service chatbots, data privacy, the risk of algorithmic bias, especially in healthcare, and maintaining human oversight. The Education and Social Media Subcommittee, chaired by University of Guam President Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez, also pushed for a values-based AI literacy framework that teaches students and workers how to verify information, protect privacy, and think critically about AI-generated content.
We also recommend prioritizing AI literacy and critical thinking. AI should be taught and used as a thinking partner, not as a replacement for human judgment. Students and workers need to know how to question AI outputs, verify information, protect privacy, and understand the limitation of these tools.
Task Force members also discussed AI ethics, deepfakes, enforcement mechanisms, and potential funding opportunities, including a possible $3 million National Science Foundation grant to support AI readiness initiatives on Guam. As the task force continues its work, members say the challenge will be building an AI framework that not only keeps pace with rapidly changing technology, but also reflects Guam's unique needs, security concerns, and values. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
From the island crime beat, a Guam Police Department officer faces charges following an off-duty altercation at a retail store over in Tamuning. Police arrested 31-year-old Aubrey Shanice Beneventi Pangilinan Sanchez on May the 13th for assault and official misconduct, with GPD saying officers responded to a disturbance Tuesday night where a verbal dispute escalated into a physical altercation involving several people. Investigators say CCTV footage identified Sanchez as the primary aggressor, and she was off duty at the time. Sanchez was later booked and confined Thursday, but released that afternoon. GPD says she's been placed on admin leave, and an internal affairs investigation is underway. Her case has also been forwarded to the Attorney General. In more crime-related news, a man who faces charges of child pornography now has a new felony charge against him for allegedly stealing a car while on pretrial release. 20-year-old Alexander Santos can now add theft of a motor vehicle as a second-degree felony to his list of criminal charges. As court documents do state, the incident occurred on April the 29th when Santos, who had asked for a ride to a massage parlor in the morning, allegedly stole the driver's car after the victim had stepped outside to check their tires. Court documents add that Santos was brought to police on May the 13th by their relative. The stolen vehicle, however, has yet to be recovered. Santos is on pretrial release for charges of discrimination of child pornography as a first-degree felony, as well as possession of child pornography as a second-degree felony, and unlawful distribution of images as a misdemeanor. Santos was arrested last year for allegedly posting explicit images of the then 17-year-old victim, and as part of his trial conditions, he was under house arrest while under supervision of third-party custodians. He was issued a warrant of arrest on April 30th after the custodians were not able to locate him either at home or at their place of work. We are just getting started, everybody. Please stay tuned because Prime Time continues right after this commercial break.
This Memorial Day, save big at Kmart. Upgrade your home with incredible deals on home appliances, including full-size refrigerators from brands like Hisense and Wizard, starting at just $4.99. Refresh every room with stylish, affordable furniture made for comfort and everyday living. And get the sleep you've been dreaming of with the new Eon Home Mattress Collection. All in stock and ready to take home today. Don't wait. Shop these Memorial Day savings now at Kmart.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Afternoon and welcome back to Primetime, everybody. Some students at the home of the Bulldogs up in Dededo were able to look behind the scenes of the KUAM newsroom through a career fair and expo with our very own Natsuki Hirayama and Don Sulat. Here's their report interacting with the kids.
Students from Okkodo High had a chance to look through the lens of a reporter earlier today. Inside the classroom, Matsuki Hariyama and I were able to provide some Bulldogs with what it takes to be a reporter. We showed them examples of our stories and stand-ups, like Suki covering recovery efforts post-Super Typhoon Senlaku.
After being damaged and scattered by Super Typhoon Senlaku, this iconic I Love Guam sign is now back together thanks to a massive community cleanup here at the Ipao Beach Park.
And with me going live in front of the Guam Election Commission in Tamuning, keeping the public informed about Decision 2026 news. On top of informing students of what goes behind the scenes of our day-to-day operations, Suki and I also gave them the core values of being a journalist, as we informed them that part of our job is to be the unofficial fourth branch of government, keeping elected leaders accountable by reporting what they are doing. The Bulldogs also had a chance to get in front of the camera.
Holiday, I'm Sage Beneventi reporting here at Okkodo High School.
Sage and his group showcased to us and his peers how well informed they are by reporting on current national news by making a news skit about the hantavirus situation.
That's all for today. I'm Sage Beneventi reporting here at Okkodo High School. Have a good day.
Meanwhile, another group was able to showcase and share their thoughts on Okkodo High's double session situation.
Have a day. I'm Ashley Castro reporting from Dededo today, where our topic is double session concerns at Okkodo High School. What are your concerns about double sessioning?
My concerns about double sessioning is that waking up early.
What are your concerns?
The lack of education.
Reporting from the home of Bulldogs, I'm Ashley Castro.
Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Don Sulat.
Well, the island's court system is joining the rest of the community in mourning the passing of retired Justice Janet Healy Weeks, a trailblazer whose decades of service locally helped shape our island's system of justice. Her honor was a pioneer in the legal community, becoming the first woman admitted to the Guam bar and the first female judge appointed on Guam and Micronesia. She later served on both the Superior Court and Supreme Courts of Guam, where her legacy of fairness, integrity, and leadership left a lasting mark. Her influence extended beyond Guam, serving across the region, including with the FSM and Republic of Palau. Chief Justice Catherine Merriman says Weeks' legacy will continue to inspire generations, calling her a devoted public servant who helped pave the way for those who followed. The island's judiciary extends its deepest condolences to the family, friends, and all of the lives who her honor touched. Moving on in our rundown, in Hagåtña today, the community paused to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. As part of the National Police Week, a peace officers memorial and wreath-laying ceremony was held, bringing together law enforcement, families, and island leaders. The ceremony was served as a solemn reminder to the officers who lost their lives in the line of duty and the lasting impact of their service and sacrifice. Wreaths were laid, names were remembered, and moments of silence were observed as our community stood in unity and gratitude. Officers saying the National Police Week is not only a time to honor our fallen, but to recognize the courage and commitment of those who continue to serve every day. Well, in Manilao earlier today, the Guam Community College's at Calvo Fieldhouse filled with pride and celebration as 324 students crossed the stage during the spring commencement graduation ceremony. Friends, family, and faculty gathered to honor graduates who balanced school, work, and family responsibilities to reach the milestone. 383 degrees, certificates, and diplomas were awarded, including associate's degrees, apprenticeships, and high school completions. Among them, 20 students from GCC's first ever registered nursing cohort, making a major step for Guam's healthcare workforce. Graduates like Adrian Tadella, a longtime nurse and military service member, say the moment represents years of hard work and a commitment to improving patient care on island. And for Liberty Padrones, becoming the first in her family to graduate, the journey is just the beginning as she continues her education this fall. GCC leaders encourage the class of 2026 to embrace opportunity and to help shape Guam's future workforce.
Now for a look at your world at home.
It's called the Guam Lens for a reason, everybody. Look through this and you get a beautiful view of the bay down in Hagatan.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Tonight's sports feature is brought to you by Cars Plus.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby! Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
this, that's a Jeep thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, Jeep things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, Jeep thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying, it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all Jeep things. Remembering without saying it. Couldn't be more of a Jeep thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Jeep things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a Jeep thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a Jeep thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a Jeep thing. So we're bringing you more Jeep things this year, because Jeep things should be everyone's thing.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Lunch, better with Pepsi.
Good day, guys. Welcome back to another edition of Foodie Call. I'm Shaylee.
I'm Padme, and today we are here at Pepper Lunch.
Hey.
And we got 3 new dishes for us to try.
Yes, actually Pepper Lunch is my first Foodie Call ever, so
really?
I'm taking a blast of the past.
Full circle.
All right, so we got 3 dishes in front of us.
I got cream pasta with shrimp.
And then we have the kids menu, Pepe's Teriyaki Sliced Beef Bowl, which is so good. And it's kid-friendly because we didn't have to cook this one.
Exactly.
And then we have the K-Pep Chicken Karaage.
You want to try the kiddie bowl first?
Sure.
Ooh, it looks so good.
I'm a teriyaki lover.
Cheers. I feel like this is a big serving for a kid too.
Okay, can I just order it even if I'm not a kid?
I know.
Like it also comes with coloring and like.
Yeah, and we were coloring.
We were coloring.
I colored a dragon and Shaylee killed that word search.
I kind of want to try this one because this is a limited time deal and it looks so good. I've never seen anything like it. I will say I did get a little bit of a taste of it. It's a little spicy, so.
It's probably not that spicy then because you said a little bit. I'm ready. I'm ready to try it. Cheers. Ooh, it's hot. Not spicy hot, it's just hot.
That was so good.
Oh.
It tastes good.
I see.
Okay.
But it's like tolerable.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to drink now, actually.
Okay, well, that's the time. Because lunch is always better with Pepsi. Oh, that looked it down so quick.
It did, right? As soon as I tasted it, it was like, whoo, but
there you go. Pepsi is the perfect drink to get with this.
Exactly. Oh.
And you know what? I'm gonna have some Tabasco with this one.
Shaylee's feeling brave.
I'm loving the spice right now. Honestly, Tabasco is one of my favorite.
Cheers. The shrimp adds on all the flavor too.
All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up another edition of Foodie Call. Thank you to Pepper Lunch for taking care of us because it was so good. And thank you to Pepsi for sponsoring the segment.
Check them out on Instagram at PepperLunchGuam for all their delicious meals and more. Plus, I heard they have a new location opening up in Agania.
Shopping center. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Lunch, better with Pepsi.
Check out the Agate Mango Festival 2026 from May 22 to May 24. Sponsored by Pepsi.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas. You know what, everybody? The people in the back were betting me that I could not do News Bites in exactly 3 minutes today. So you know what? Start the timer. All right, let's go. Challenge accepted. All right, what have we got for News Bites today? Run Walk for Autism is coming up, and this is one of our favorite events here at the KUAM Care Force because our friends at the autism community of Guam put on this wonderful event. It's down at the Chamorro Village. It's a really, really easy course. So you can go for your personal best. You can join in friends, family. You can run, walk, do the 2K, do the 5K. You want to do the 5K, go all the way down to Adelup, turn around, and you can rock those absolutely beautiful dry fit shirts that they have. Remember, teal is the color where we show our support for people and families that are dealing with autism, and we are all going to be wearing this. And when you do this like in the evening hours on Guam, it is a sight to see. So we will see you down there. Please make sure to register. Sizes available from extra small all the way up to 5x. That is super, super cool. See, we're making good time here. All right, Project U is coming up. Speaking of a good time, this is our friends at the Guam Police Department, the hardworking men and women, officers of the law who have volunteered for this detail because they want to impact the lives of island youth in a very, very positive way. They are teaching life skills and leadership skills so that they can be productive citizens who take stewardship of our island through the magic of athletics, right? Teamwork, communication, grit, focus, all of these things come into play, and they are putting this all, wrapping it all up into the Project U program. So if you would like to register, if you are a youth, if you want to be a mentor, please make sure to go check them out May 26th through June the 19th from 8 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. It is super awesome. They wish they could take everybody, right? But there are a limited number of seats available. And once again, shout out to all of you that wear the badge, that have gone through training, that put on the uniform for the men and women of the Guam Police Department, because it is Police Week this week. And by the way, some very, very special people in our community, it's their birthday today. We'll get to that shortly. All right, a few seconds left. Flavors of Micronesia, right? It got delayed by the storm, but we are going back down to God's country in Telefofo. Tomorrow we will be there, and we are going to have all of the flavors of Micronesia. We are going to have Guam. We're going to have the various islands. We are one big Pacific Micronesian family, and everything is going to be on display. We are going to join. We are going to celebrate. We're going to break bread together, and we are going to check out one of the most beautiful things you can do either as a local or a tourist, and get on the Telefofo River, make a wonderful trip down there, have the time of your life, and be able to celebrate the diversity and the cultures and the flavors especially of all of us that make this wonderful part of planet Earth home. It is such an amazing part to be part of this part of the world, and you are going to see every single one of the flavors of Micronesia on full display. Where are we going at right now? See, they said I couldn't. Huh? Right on time, all right? Here's your birthday shout-outs for tonight. You know what, guys? It's the end of the week, but we got a party to get to, several in fact, because it is several people's birthdays today. So happy birthday to Hosea Gogui. May God bless and protect you, Hosea, from the entire Gogui familia. That's a lot, and that's a lot of parties to get to, but we know you are very much appreciated and celebrated by your family and the island community. Happy birthday to the Chief of Police, Stephen Ignacio. Happy birthday, Chief. You know what? And it's Police Week too, and it's a Chief's birthday. So Chief, we appreciate you. Thank you for your service, and God bless you and the troops, all the men and women who wear the badge and are men and women in blue, protect us, to protect and serve. Chief, we wish you a very, very happy birthday.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Your Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake winner
for this week goes to
Elijah Jude Leongoro Antalan had a birthday earlier this week, and I remember reading that, and it was a really fun one. And Elijah is this week's winner of a Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake, and we're gonna get you a message to let you know when you can swing by Cold Stone Creamery and pick up your prize. Congratulations, and we hope you share with your family and your friends. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com. You know, ice cream cake would be great on a hot day like today, but hey, fantastic island weather. You know, there's a tennis tournament going on. There's a bunch of things going on all around the island this weekend, plus it's graduation season. So whatever you do, you and your family, please make your way around our island. Be safe, be excellent to each other. Share Hafaday, everybody, because it's free and it means so much to everybody that you share with. I'm Jason Salas, and from all of us at KUAM, have a wonderful weekend. Matsuki Hirayama's got you for Weekend Edition. We'll see you on Monday.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Ali, Bogithim, Hafide Zantiro, Rananim, Kasalele, Lengwo, and Yakwe. Welcome back to another episode of the One Micronesia Show. First off, we got to thank our sponsors. Thank you so much, mahalo to Bank of Hawaii for jumping on and sponsoring and keeping the stories alive. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, so let's get to our episode. First up, we talked to the president of the Student Body Association at FBLG Middle School, Hayden John Grumo. Check it out. Leadership doesn't always wait for adulthood. Sometimes it rises early, shaped by culture, community, and challenges that demand a voice. For Hayden John Grumo, that voice has been years in the making.
At a very young age, I knew I loved helping people. I knew that, I had a big heart, and I knew that I always wanted to, one day make it big and make a difference in the world. So I think, just holding that hope and, you know, always having that dream of making a difference and helping people really does tie in. And from a very young age, I knew that one day I wanted to have some sort of leadership role, or I wanted to be able to contribute to my community and just give back to people. So I think that's really when I realized that I wanted to be a leader.
Born and raised on Guam with proud Yapese roots, Hayden grew up grounded in tradition, carrying with him the values of respect, service, and responsibility. Values that would eventually guide him into leadership roles as a Student Body Association president and the National Junior Honor Society chapter president at FBLG.
Being raised here on Guam, you know, but still having my Yapese roots running deep within me, you know, I take what we're accustomed to in the culture, you know, I take our values, you know, our values of family, you know, the importance of being there for one another and helping out people when it's needed, and always being ready to answer the call. So I think that's really how my Yapese roots are able to tie into the way I lead and the leadership that I exhibit.
But for Hayden, leadership isn't about titles, it's about purpose.
For me, leadership truly means that, you know, we need to deliver results in a timely manner. But to me, the more important aspect of leadership is that we need to be able to keep our word. We need to be able to be held accountable, making sure to stick with our word and, you know, transparency when becoming a leader and when we are showing leadership. So that's basically what leadership means to me.
At a young age, he discovered his calling to serve. A calling shaped not by just his upbringing, but by the realities faced by the students around him. Because for Hayden and his fellow classmates, middle school didn't look the way it was supposed to. No hallways to walk through, no campus to call their own. In a letter he wrote as he prepares to leave middle school behind, Hayden describes his journey as a new chapter in the same book. A powerful reminder that while times move forward, some challenges remain unchanged.
As a new chapter in the same book, and really what I really try to emphasize within that phrase is just, you know, just the whole situation that's going on with our Northern District schools right now. You know, as we go through, as I went through middle school, I always had the hope that one day we would be back at our home campus. So my first year in middle school, you know, we weren't able to, I didn't think too much about it. You know, I had hope for the future. Then my 7th grade year, the second year came rolling around, and we still didn't receive as promising results, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep my last bit of hope for my 8th grade year. But it is unfortunate that, you know, I'm going to be promoting into high school in less than a month, and, you know, we are unfortunately still in the situation that we're in right now. We're still in the double sessioning situation. At the end of the day, we're still not fully back at our home campuses.
For years, students have heard the same promise: we will get you home. Yet for many, like Hayden, that promise has yet to become a reality.
I have never had a full instructional day at the campus. Of course, you know, I've seen the campus, I've passed by, I've seen what the campus would have looked like, but, you know, having like a walk through the halls, you know, seeing what the classrooms look like, I never really had that opportunity, which is sad, you know, because when future generations ask me, you know, oh, how was FB, you know, where was this classroom at, how big was our gym, you know, they're gonna ask about these little things, and, you know, it's just gonna be hard for me to really answer them because I was never able to be there and I wasn't able to experience it. Not being able to have that like academic identity, not knowing what school, like, I know, of course, I'll always know that I'm from FBLG Middle School, you know, I'm always going to be a Hawk, but, you know, I'm never going to know what the true home of the Hawks really did look like from the inside.
And still, despite uncertainty, despite the unanswered questions, Hayden chose to lead. To speak up not just for himself, but for every student navigating the same experience. Because to him, leadership means accountability on all sides, not just from students expected to succeed, but from the systems meant to support them.
So I think going out to, you know, just my fellow student leaders, you know, you guys are doing very good. You guys are doing awesome. You guys are doing exceptional, you know, in this fight for what's best for us. So I really do commend my FB Leon Guerrero Middle School fellow student leaders, as well as the student leaders in Simon Sanchez, such as Aisha Tarente, Zoe Toigui. You know, I really do commend all of them, you know, and it is one fight, you know, because when you're a shark, there's a very high probability that you were a hawk, which means you would have experienced the same thing the hawks are feeling, and that would be the same case vice versa. You know, as you're a hawk, you're experiencing what's going on right now, and as you go into a shark, you're going to go ahead and experience what they're feeling. Message to the leaders, to our leaders is basically, you know, I know we've been asking for change. We've been asking for change for, as mentioned, you know, going on over 2 decades now, and, you know, for FB, you know, they're about to go on their 5th year if I'm not mistaken, their 5th year double sessioning with Okkodo. So, I think the biggest message going out there is, of course, we want change ASAP. We want change as quickly as possible, but we would appreciate if you would rather, just tell us and say, okay, we're going to be honest with you. We're not sure when the change is going to come, but give us a timeline within the next 5 to 10 years. That will give more comfort compared to if you were to say, oh, it'll be done by, for example, it'll be done by next week, and then next week rolls around the corner, and unfortunately it isn't fulfilled. So that's the biggest thing for me on my end, and I'm pretty sure my peers and my people can they can agree with me. At the end of the day, it's always just rather less about timeline and speed. It's more about accountability. It's more about transparency in the end.
As he prepares to enter high school, Hayden carries more than just memories. He carries a message, a call for change, a call for action, and a reminder that voices of students matter.
If I can do it, you can do it. Our voices, to be quite frank, our voices have been a little silent for a long period of time. But we put in the hard work, like I said, if we put in the hard work, the determination, if we set our mind on something that we want, we can do it. So my biggest message to the other FSM, FAS students in school is, don't give up. If you want to be a leader, go out, be a leader. If you ever need help, let me know. If you need help on being a leader, if you ever want to, if you hope to one day go out there and make a change, don't stop. Keep your eye on the goal, and along the way, you're going to meet people. Along the way, you're going to get opportunities that not many people are fortunate enough to get. So my biggest message is don't give up. Take every opportunity you get to express your leadership and be the leader and be for the people.
Because even without a campus to stand on, leaders like Hayden are still finding ways to rise. What an amazing and inspiring talk we had with Hayden. Man, such a brilliant and well-spoken kid. And like I said, the future for him, definitely going to be good. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more The One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
How deep do Pizza Hut's roots run in the islands? Through all the decades, we know what you love. Great taste at an even better price. Like our large one-topping carry-out pizza for just $14.99. You choose your favorite topping, pepperoni, olives, sausage, or any other single topping. Our $14.99 large one-topping pizza. Order online and carry one out today. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
And we're back. And this next feature, we talk about something, an idea, an initiative that's been around, I can't believe I'm going to say this, for 20 years. I'm talking about the Micronesia Challenge Initiative. Check it out. For generations, the people of Micronesia have lived in deep connection with the ocean and the land, relying on them not just for survival, but for identity, culture, and future. 20 years ago, a bold vision was set in motion, uniting the region under one common goal. That vision was first introduced by former Palau President Tami Ramasao Jr., helping bring together leaders across Micronesia under a shared commitment to protect the natural resources that sustained life. From that vision came the Micronesia Challenge, a regional initiative focused on conserving marine and terrestrial ecosystems across the islands. Vanji Lujan, chairperson of the Micronesia Challenge Steering Committee, shares how the initiative began and why it was urgently needed to respond to growing environmental pressures across the region.
We're celebrating our 20th anniversary of this regional initiative that was started in Palau by President Ramasao in 2006. At the beginning, it was really about ensuring that we wanted to protect our marine and terrestrial resources for generations to come. And at that time, the regional leaders were getting together, and this is something that President Remengesau proposed to the leaders of Guam, CNMI, later on RMI and FSM. And it was well received because we all realized that protection of our natural resources will ensure our future generations have these resources to live off of and to be able to enjoy.
What started as a bold commitment has grown over the years, expanding its goals and strengthening collaboration across Micronesia.
So it included all the islands of Guam, CNMI, the Republic of Marshall Islands, the Republic of Palau, and the Federated States of Micronesia. And what it was really looking at conservation on a regional scale, because as you know, we have migratory birds that visit different parts of the island. Our fisheries come from RMI and FSM. So it was really understanding that these resources are something that we could share, that within the region it needs to be better studied and monitored to ensure that each of the islands have enough resources for their communities to be to have sustainable livelihoods.
In the Republic of Palau, a nation long recognized as a leader in environmental conservation, the Micronesia Challenge has helped strengthen and expand ongoing efforts to protect both land and sea. Palau has consistently been at the forefront, leading by example and inspiring conservation efforts across the region and beyond.
3 years before the Micronesia Challenge, Palau created a network of protected areas. And with that platform came the Micronesia Challenge, and Palau was ready to say, yeah, with the 20% marine and 20% terrestrial protection, we are already meeting our goals because we have our protected areas network. I am proud to say that after 20 years, we met our goal before 2020. We have met over 20% of our waters is protected. We have 20% terrestrial protected areas, and that's including those registered in the protected areas network and beyond the network. We have a really unique system where the states who are the real resource owners, of these prestige resources, the land and water, they nominate their sites, whether it's in the land or in water, their marine protected areas. They nominate their site into the network, but at the same time, they can have their own conservation areas. So while they're in the network, we help facilitate and coordinate financial and technical resources down to them. With that initiative of the Protected Areas Network came about the Micronesia Challenge and really pushed and encouraged the other jurisdictions to also protect their resources.
And looking ahead, Palau continues to build on that legacy, aligning with new regional goals leading into 2030.
The goal now is for Micronesia Challenge 2030 to effectively manage 50% of the water resources or marine resources, and correct me if I'm wrong, 30% of the terrestrial resources. Basically, we have established our protected areas. So what are we doing now to effectively manage them? It's one thing to just have a site. It's another to say, yes, we are protecting them and we are managing them effectively for the purpose of saving our biodiversity, but more importantly, for the livelihoods of our people.
In Yap, the Island Resource Conservancy of WAUB continues to benefit from the Micronesia Challenge, strengthening its conservation work while empowering local communities to take part in protecting their environment.
This is a conservation NGO newly created in Yap by a group of like-minded individuals with big goals, big dreams, but one of our passion and we're working towards accomplishing is helping communities develop management plans for their protected areas, but also more holistically how to protect their natural resources. So we help developing those plans. We talk story with communities, and then we help them write up plans. And then we're also looking to help fundraising to fund some of those activities, natural resource management activities from our communities. I also am working with the Yap Catholic High School, and so they've expanded some of their traditional school roles into helping support communities by managing grants and helping just, be that bridge between aid both technical and financial directly to the community. So, and that's a gap that's apparent in, I want to say, not just in Yap, but all across the Micronesia region. So organizations like IRCW and Yap Catholic High School are hoping to contribute in that regard, and we hope to see more of these NGOs and CSOs contributing to the overall Micronesia Challenge goal.
Here on Guam, the Micronesia Challenge has supported efforts to strengthen conservation programs, expand protective areas, and build greater community awareness around environmental protection.
So one of the things that we've learned over the last 20 years is that there's always something to learn from each of the different islands. So we learn a lot about marine protection and about terrestrial protection from some of our islands that have healthy forest or healthy fisheries. And so it's really about exchanging of knowledge and ideas, but also really to be able to share those resources.
Key partners such as the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant, along with Guam Green Growth, continue to play an important role in advancing these efforts locally.
We have the University of Guam, which is a great a place for scientific research and monitoring. So we are that institution helps the rest of the region. So, but I think for Guam, what we really have been able to do is build capacity. We are able to have scholarships that then support people that are interested in doing conservation work. It's really opened our eyes to what's necessary to keep our forest free from invasive species and to have a healthy forest system as well as a marine system. And so now we're embarking on monitoring and seeing the work that we're doing really having an impact on the resource. And so the University of Guam with Marine Lab and Dr. Peter Hulk has a tool that's able to look at how marine protected areas are doing and what is necessary to keep those areas healthy.
Across the region, the impact of Micronesia Challenge is clear, bringing together governments and NGOs across Micronesia to support one shared mission: to preserve our waters, protect our land, and ensure future generations can continue to call these islands home.
I think that what we want to make sure we have is that we have our resources protected, well managed, monitored, but that we also have the next generation that are interested in conservation and wanting to be able to be in the field of conservation, or just be interested in removing invasive species, monitoring fish, monitoring turtles on the beach, and also just knowing that it's with all the stress that Guam has and so many impacts to our resources, that we are able to do even small things to ensure that our reefs are protected, our forests are protected, so that the people are able to walk into the forest and one day see birds, hear the birds in the forest. I think that that's what really we want to be able to see in the Micronesia Challenge, is that our resources, the ones that are struggling, are healthy, and that we're able, the ones that are healthy are continue to be healthy. So our natural resources are here for all of us to enjoy and to be able to survive, live off of. But we also want to be able to have our conservation efforts fully funded. And over the last week, we're part of a group looking at Project for Permanence, which is an opportunity for us to get actual funding outside of the federal government for conservation. And so that's our next step, is ensuring that we have financial resources for conservation.
Ali,
Mogifin,
happy 20th
anniversary of Micronesia Challenge.
Hafaday, happy birthday Micronesia Challenge, you're 20 years old. Hopefully we'll see you when you become 25, a full-grown adult.
And as it marks 20 years, the Micronesia Challenge continues to grow, building on 2 decades of collaboration and moving forward with even stronger goals for the future. Because in Micronesia, protecting what we have today means protecting who we are tomorrow. 20 years down, and we're looking for more to come because protecting our oceans and our land is something that we have deep in our culture here in Micronesia. So here's to more of the Micronesia Challenge Initiative. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Guys, want to take a break? We'll be back with more of the One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show, and we're back. And now we get to sit down with Brian Mori, the logistics and focal person at the Disaster Coordination Office in Chuuk, to talk about Chuuk's road to recovery after Typhoon Sinlaku. Check it out. In the wake of Super Typhoon Sinlaku, the islands of Chuuk are facing a long and difficult road to recovery. Homes damaged, livelihoods disrupted, and entire communities left picking up the pieces. We got a chance to speak with logistics and focal person of the Disaster Coordination Office in Chuuk, Brian Mori, to talk about the road to recovery in Chuuk.
Hey man, Chuuk got devastated during the storm. Just the main island itself, you really saw the devastation when you come out during the day, even though there was a lot of wind and waves, and it was just really bad.
Now, the struggle shifts from survival to sustainability. With local crops and vegetation destroyed, many are relying solely on store-bought goods that are now scarce. Relief is beginning to arrive. 2 containers of supplies from the Azuda Foundation, which was gathered here on Guam, have reached Chuuk, part of a growing wave of support from partners across the region and beyond.
They couldn't bring relief at a better time. We did receive 2 containers from that foundation. We're very thankful for the donation. I'm getting it cleared. Thank you very much to that foundation for all the help. Want to recognize Carlotta and Walden Wilbacker. Great help.
During one assessment visit, officials encountered a community of 86 people who lost everything. Now, a school building is the only place they call home.
Man, we visited that island. 86 people, totally destroyed homes. We had to make split-second decision to go back and make sure, they had what they needed. These are smaller islands within the lagoon that, the population was pretty great, and more than 80 people had occupied a school, totally destroyed homes. I don't know how to explain it, dude. It was just, heartbreaking to see that kind of stuff.
There is some progress. Officials say a good percentage of power has been restored to Weta, with ongoing efforts to bring water and systems fully back online. But the needs remain urgent.
Of course, our number one concern is food, right? Water, food. That's number one. Number two, you can't really clean up, rebuild if, all the trees and all that is there. The stores that we do have, on day one ran out of chainsaws, ran out of a lot of the things that were needed.
Support has come from many fronts. The FSM national government, the U.S. government, nonprofit organizations, and donors from around the world.
We're very fortunate to have a lot of partners that have come out to help. National government, not only money, they did fund a lot, but they're bringing in boots on the ground. We have people from our disaster office, DECM. We have people from health. We have people from TCNI, Red Cross, from the national government, and IOM. Chuuk State, has put out a lot of funds to help, and of course all the different agencies of the Chuuk State government, putting in the time to make sure that the relief keeps going. And of course, United States government, thank you very much.
And to those watching from afar, especially Chuukese living abroad, there's a message.
For everything else, for everything that you have already sent to your families, to us, to help with the relief, I say thank you very much. I'm not going to say it's enough. I'm not going to say stop. But everything that you can donate to us these days is really, really helpful. If it's easier for you to send to your families, please. Can't imagine the struggle that your families are going through. If they're living in the remote islands, most especially out in the northwest, the Mort Locks, or just the neighboring islands in the lagoon, please send it in.
For Chuuk, recovery will take time, but through resilience, community, and continued support, these islands are determined to rise again. The road to recovery is definitely going to be long for our brothers and sisters in Chuuk and also up north in the Sinamay. What do you need to do? Help out in whatever ways you can. Donate, send in relief. That's how we help them through this journey to recovery. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more of the One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying, it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it, couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show, and we're back. And it's now time for the One Mic Jam Sesh. Let's go.
Arabas merisiru teo purati opa muete wet ngeri nuts keru nore puiri o te panegeri o